Continuing coverage now as we are in day 12 in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie and her abductors. Thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Rodriguez.
And I'm Emma Jade. Law enforcement has been working around the clock, but they say they still have no suspects in custody.
Yeah, let's get to our Troy Lynch. He is now picking up our coverage outside of Nancy's home in the Catalina foothills of Tucson. So Troy, Wednesday, investigators found what could be a huge piece of evidence, and it could really give them that break in the case that they need.
Yeah, pieces of evidence, Allison, where investigators, they were able to find a pair of gloves. That's according to reports from our sister station KVOA down here in Tucson. But we know that investigators, they have been roaming the streets of the Catalina foothills where Nancy Guthrie lives, and then about a mile and a half away from her home. That is where investigators, they believe they have found these gloves that could be tied to this investigation. And if we take a look at this surveillance video that the FBI released just 2 days ago, you could see that actually the investigators say that these gloves look very similar to the gloves that he was wearing in the video to what they have found. So this discovery could be a huge step in the right direction, and now they're trying to see if there's any DNA evidence on it, whether that be Nancy's or the suspects. Now, when we asked the FBI about the glove, they say they have no comment as the investigation is ongoing, but this could be the momentum investigators needed. Now, here at Nancy's home, we've seen neighbors showing their support, leaving signs and flowers for the Guthrie family, and neighbors like Nicolette Daly telling us that the Homeowners Association here sent them letters asking everybody to drop off yellow roses at the Guthrie house.
Yellow is a symbol that they've used to symbolize wanting someone to come back home safely. You know, usually you hear about that in war, but we want her to come back home safely. And seeing that monster come onto the porch is like, it's horrible. I can't even imagine what they're going through. My mom lives here in town. She lives alone. Now I'm worried as heck about her.
And Nancy Guthrie went missing February 1st, and since then the Pima County Sheriff's Office saying that they've received nearly 18,000 leads and 4,000 in the first 24 hours, and they've been searching the surrounding roads, Nancy's home, gas stations, and the investigation actually expanded an hour south of Tucson to Rio Rico, where they later detained a man. This was, I believe, yesterday, early in the morning, but then later released him after questioning him and searching his home and his car. That man's name is Carlos, and he tells us that he was just working his DoorDash job, and that is when law enforcement and encountered him. And so it's been interesting. We actually did see another Pima County Sheriff's deputy pull up right in front of Nancy Guthrie's home. We believe that they're probably just relieving the Sheriff's deputy that is already here, but we're going to keep an eye on things here in Tucson, and we'll send things back to the studio.
Yeah, wow. Another day of investigators out there again. You hear about some of the breaks that we're getting in the case, the glove being found, a mile or so away. You wish they would have found that earlier.
Well, that was going to be, one of my thoughts is that you wonder how much more they have to go back and search, because they've been searching through that area for 12 days. Right. And you wonder, okay, then what else may have been missed, or what could be that break in the case? I'm curious, Troy, too, out there. I know you said that deputies are still set up out there, keeping security tight there for the house. Is there anything else you see? Are there any maybe barricades up so that make sure that people don't even get close?
No barricades as of this moment. Neighbors are still able to get on by. Sheriff's deputies are able to get in and out, and the media has been here the entire time. And as we've seen law enforcement come back to Nancy Guthrie's home to continue their investigation, there really hasn't been anything that we have seen, at least within the last 12 to 16 hours, that has been something at least worth noting and reporting back to you. So it's been relatively quiet quiet and nothing much has changed within the past 12 hours.
Yeah, and we know that neighbors are starting to set up a little bit of a memorial outside of her home and dropping off flowers and things like that. So, oh, Troy, it's just awful. 12 News continues 24 hours a day on 12 Plus, where you can watch any newscast and other 12 News content whenever you want. For any breaks in the case or breaking news that comes down, this is the place to get it. Our coverage of the Nancy Guthrie case continues this morning, and then tonight at 7 o'clock, we have an in-depth analysis about the investigation. And of course, the latest in the search for Nancy. You can download 12 Plus right now. It's completely free.
Gosh, thinking about those investigators too, just working 24 hours, they're so tired. So hopefully a break comes very soon.